Week 18, it's the culmination of everything here of the NFL's regular season. It is upon us, and there is going to be 15 hours of football this weekend, so buckle up. Jaguars playoff hopes on the line in all of these potential games through the course of 15 hours. So the scenarios that we have to break down, we're going to break down each scenario, the simplest being win in Nashville, and the Jaguars will be in the playoffs. There are some more complex things that have to happen, though, should the Jaguars lose. Past the playoffs, simply put, win, beat the Titans. They're the kings of this AFC South, and they are in. If they happen to lose, which we don't really want to think about, well, there are some pathways. It'll take a couple of things that need to happen, which would begin on Saturday. So let's talk about what needs to happen with the games that begin actually 4:30 Saturday. So absolutely watch, sit down, see what happens with the Steelers and the Ravens. The Jags need the Ravens to win this game, need a loss by the Steelers. That is, of course, if the Jags happen to lose against the Titans. The most favorable thing for the Jags would be a Steelers loss. That would up the Jags' chance to make the playoffs, even with a loss, to 80%. So that's one scenario. Then, even continuing your Saturday coverage, we're going to have our eyes on the Texans and the Colts. This is Saturday Night Football, 8:15 p.m. You're going to stay right here on ABC 25 to watch it. Whatever scenario is, whoever wins this game, they're in the playoffs, so a division rival will make the playoffs. They would be conference champs or division champs should the Jags lose. Again, not going to happen. But a tie, now, not likely, but a tie actually would help the Jags. That means the tie could occur against the Titans and help. But ties don't happen very often in the NFL. Hasn't happened in a year, let alone twice in a single weekend. Now, let's go to Sunday. What's happening with your Jags versus Titans? We know it's a 1 p.m. kick. Jags, Titans, if the Jags win, they are AFC South champions, and they get to host a playoff game. And we already know, should the Jags win, they would be hosting the Cleveland Browns at the Bank. With a loss, and if they back into a wild card spot, then what happens on Sunday night is going to be extraordinarily important, because now you've got Broncos at Raiders. Jags need the Raiders to win this game. So remember what I said earlier. They're going to need the Steelers to lose. They would need the Broncos to lose should the Jags find themselves on the wrong side of the Titans game. And then at the very end of all of this, on Sunday Night Football, why all these hours of football matter, you've got Bills versus Dolphins. Now, why would this matter? Should the Jags end up in a wild card scenario, the Jags would have to play the winner of this game on the road in that wild card weekend of playoffs. Sunday night, 8:20. Bills win, the Jags would have to make a trip up to Buffalo. Dolphins win, they would be their division champs. Jags would have to go down to Miami. Again, all of this to say we want the Jags to get the W against Tennessee, because then we get to host the Browns at home at the Bank. Awesome stuff, big football weekend, and it all starts right here. You can watch it on ABC 25.
Lou channeling his inner like Steve Kornacki there, breaking it down. So you're